Personally, what I try to do is I if I don't know the crowd, I test and see what works, and then until I reach a midpoint, that's what I like put more. Like probably someone doesn't have finds bachata dominicana or like traditional bachata as they call it now too a little unusual, but then they hear the remix from one of these DJs, which of a song that they like, but with a beat. Okay, I like this. I mean, and they from that song they get to the traditional one, so it's a bridge. For me, it's not getting technical into getting onto arguments. So okay, I can do like 5 steps in 1 second versus you can only do 3 steps in 1 second, and all that stuff that people like to argue about all the time. The main point is that you have fun. If someone doesn't make you feel comfortable and it makes you feel like a little intimidated after one dance because they try to get all flashy without understanding that it's probably the first time that you went to dance. Um, what I always do is when I ask someone, okay, is this the first time you have come to social dance? Okay, if the person is the first time that they come, okay, I try to do something simple so that they can enjoy it, they can have fun, and they are willing to come back and again the next time, or probably take a class. So some people they just get all flashy. They like to show off, and they don't understand. Probably the other person doesn't have the same skills. If that happens to you, it has happened to everyone. One of the first social dances that I went to, I mean, I was doing the best that I could, and the other person simply left in the middle of the song. It happens. It happens. Well, she's one of my best friends right now, but it happens.
Yeah.
So don't feel intimidated. If you went to one particular place and you didn't like it, check another one. If you probably did, like if you see people that dance the way that you like, go ask them where they learned and try to dig there, because that's what I did. Mm-hmm. The idea is that you see this as an opportunity to like expand your network. Back in Boise, we had a group of people from 20 different countries. So whenever we had a house party or a potluck, I mean, you had 20 different dishes from 20 different countries, which was really great. So ask questions, don't be intimidated. If you don't want to dance with someone because whatever reason, say no. No one is gonna force you to do anything. And if you're dancing with someone and they make you feel uncomfortable for whatever reason, you can say, okay, thank you, but I mean, we're done. We're good. Always see whatever works for you. And ultimately, if we go to music more than just to dance, there's music for everyone. When I started, there was all this mambo kind of music with all that's the xylophone and all these soft sounds that made me feel that I should be wearing a tuxedo with a bow tie and getting all flashy. But then when I discovered Cuban music, which was more like urban and more something that reminds me of home, let's put it that way, I felt that was more appealing to me. You have the traditional salsa music, then you have the more like urban music, then you have salsa in English. That's what I like to play. And then there is something for everyone. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons that I point music is that when you connect with the song, and if the song is selling something that you associate that has happened to you, man, this is great. I mean, I feel it. And then once you feel it, you can move. People criticize me, that's not real salsa, that's just and some abomination someone created and they just put lyrics in English. Okay, it's just your opinion, but I mean, the people that I play the music for, they like it. So try to find things that like, if you really want to explore it, try to find something that will like fit for you, and then go from there. Probably we might not be salsa. Maybe you like bachata, and then now we have kizomba. If you don't like kizomba, maybe you land into souk. Mm-hmm. So there is something for everyone. Just give it a try.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. And one thing that I just quickly wanted to follow up on, you mentioned that you're a DJ, that you actually are a DJ for some of these events. Are you finding, I mean, you kind of just mentioned it, that most people are responding more positively to the pop European, like we're gonna put Justin Bieber singing over top of Despacito in English, kind of music. Are you seeing, from a DJ perspective, if you put on a mix of those more like popular songs and then blend in some of the more traditional music, that keeps people on the floor? Or are you seeing that, like, no, as soon as something that has a more difficult beat to hear, people are pulling off the floor and waiting for something else to come back on?
Okay, so let me backtrack a little on the DJ part. So just to give someone a perspective, or maybe this could happen to me one day too. So when I was starting to learn to dance, I took my classes, I learned the moves. Then the guy that was hosting the night has to be out of town. Hey, can you take care of the night? They're like, are you sure? Yeah, I mean, you can do it. Just do this and okay, fine. Then my personal taste differed a little from what he was playing. So I was like asking, hey, give me a chance to play and see how it goes. When he gave me a chance to play, I was able to share my personal preferences with the audience. Back in the day, I'm talking 2013, we didn't have DJ controllers. We didn't have like fancy flashy lights and speakers on these smoke machines. All we had was a laptop, an aux cable, and Windows Media Player with whatever audio files we could find. Nowadays, we have the DJ boards that are not cheap, by the way, and they are between $700 to $1,400, just and like mid-range ones. And all these complexities that only what they do is they improve the experience that we are trying to share. Now, when it comes to music, now we have, if you guys want to check it out, we have Tony Zucker. He recently won 2 Grammys last year for Best Album of the Year and Producer of the Year. He's the only Latino artist or producer that has the rights from the Michael Jackson family to redo all his songs into salsa.
Wow.
So if you want to explore or try it out, you can check it out. You can have like Billie Jean in salsa, I Want You Back in salsa, and many more. Then you have DJs like DJ Soultrix and DJ Trunky that they took all these popular pop songs and they transferred it into bachata. So let me put it this way: it's always the debate between the purists and the other side. So I mean, the guy won 2 Grammys, the Academia. I mean, it's like, I mean, you're on top of your game. No, but that's not salsa. What is that? They don't know what they're doing. I mean, things change.
Mm-hmm. Things do change.
Personally, what I try to do is if I don't know the crowd, I test and see what works, and then until I reach a midpoint, that's what I like put more. Like probably someone finds bachata dominicana or like traditional bachata, as they call it now, too a little unusual. But then they hear the remix from one of these DJs, which of a song that they like, but with a beat. Okay, I like this. I mean, and they from that song they get to the traditional one, so it's a bridge. The same with the salsa in English. Let's say someone hears this Michael Jackson salsa song, and they like it, and then over time they get to like Fanny All Stars or Tito Puente or Celia or any of these big names from back in the day. So it's I see it as a bridge. Personally, if you give it to them directly, probably first they don't have idea what they are listening to. But if you use that as a bridge and it's a starting point, they can get through there, explore on their own, and then get where they have to get on its own. So it's just a way to facilitate, open the door, put a bridge, and then boom, it takes them somewhere.
I think that's such a beautiful way to think about it.